People need them. The trouble with the movement to ban plastic straws. At first glance, bans on plastic straws might seem like a simple way to help the environment. Do you want to save the planet? Just skip the straw. It's easy, right? Cities and corporations around the world seem to think so, and they're joining the anti straw movement. However, few have stopped to consider the unplanned consequences of these well meaning bans. For example, shops that rely on plastic straws are left scrambling to find costlier, planet friendly alternatives. Manufacturers of compostable straws can't keep up with the growing demand for their product. And people with disabilities who cannot safely drink a beverage without a straw now have to overcome yet another challenge to dining in public. What has happened here is a situation that happens time and time again when it comes to the disability community, and that is out of sight, out of mind, said Lawrence Carter Long. He works for the Disability Rights Education and Defense Fund. If people don't personally need straws, they fail or neglect to realize that there are people that do. For this reason, more groups are voicing opposition to the bans. Yet local governments are still moving swiftly. They are passing new laws banning straws. No shame, just reflection. San Francisco's Board of Supervisors passed a law banning single use plastic utensils or accessories last month. They followed in the footsteps of places like Seattle, Washington, and Vancouver in Canada. New York is considering a similar ban. Oakland passed a straw upon request law similar to those in other California cities. Worldwide, entire countries are prohibiting plastic straws. For example, Taiwan is working to eliminate all single use straws by 2025. The United Kingdom and the European Union are considering similar measures. San Francisco supervisor Katie Tang wrote the city's straw ban law. She said the purpose was not to shame straw users. Rather, it is meant to encourage consumers and sellers to reflect on the waste. Our oceans are going to be filled with plastic in a couple of generations, Tang says. Isn't that something we should think about the next time we're reaching for that plastic straw? However, supporters of the ban overlooked something important, the disability activist Alice Wong. What others consider normal in their lives is not always normal for people living with disabilities, she said. Wong is the founder of the Disability Visibility Project. This online community shares the stories and experiences of people who have disabilities. Straws are a tool for some people. Wong has a disability that affects muscle control in her body. She relies on a wheelchair for mobility and a ventilator to breathe. Her hands and arms lack the strength to tilt a cup to her mouth, and spills are a constant concern for her. People think straws are an easy thing to give up, Wong said, but that is not true for everyone. It's something most people don't notice, but for a disabled person, straws are an accessibility tool. Carter Long agreed that the public is not very aware of the needs of people with certain disabilities. People say, why don't you just stay at home then? If you need a straw, why don't you bring one? It's never that simple, though. For example, the compostable options don't always hold up, especially in hot drinks. Because they are often made with corn products, they can't be used by people with severe food allergies. The reusable metal options aren't flexible or soft enough for people with certain disabilities. For example, Carter Long has cerebral palsy. This disorder affects a person's ability to move and balance. One concern for Carter Long is being able to control his bite. For those with limited mobility, bringing their own utensils is just another hurdle to enjoying something that is commonly available to people without disabilities. Demand for compostable straws is high. The San Francisco law allows businesses to provide plastic straws for people with a disability. They can also provide plastic straws to anyone who requires them for another medical reason. However, disability rights advocates say that the law puts the burden on people with disabilities. They have to ensure their own fair service. Milo Kress, who is 17 years old, is the founder of the Be Straw Free Project. This campaign helped launch the anti straw movement. Since the beginning, Crest has pushed off for an offer first policy. Under this model, businesses offer straws to customers rather than providing them automatically. Crest also encourages using environmentally friendly alternatives to plastic straws. However, manufacturers are having trouble meeting the demand. Alvin Yu, a boba tea shop owner, said the demand for compostable straws is very high. Also, he's concerned about the cost, which he thinks will get worse as the demand rises. Right now, plastic straws cost less than a penny each. Compostable straws cost 20 cents each when purchased in bulk. The idea behind plastic straw bans is something on which most people can agree. Now, the hope on all sides is that someone will soon create cost effective, durable, compostable straws that people with disabilities can use safely.